Hello my dear students, welcome to Study Learners Institution. I am Mayank Prajapati, the teacher of Biology in Study Learners Institution. इस चैनल को लाइक करें, शेयर करें, सब्सक्राइब करें और बेल आइकन को प्रेस करना ना भूलें. In this video, we will understand chapter number 8, How do organisms reproduce of class 10. First we start with reproduction. What is reproduction? Reproduction is the process by which living organisms produce new individuals of the same species. Reproduction is necessary for the survival and increase in the population of a species. If organisms do not reproduce, their population decreases and species will become extinct. Means that it is a biological process by which all organisms give rise to new individuals of their own species. Second point, do organisms create carbon copies of themselves? The DNA deoxyribonucleic acid molecules in the chromosomes in the nucleus is responsible for the transfer of characters from parents to the offsprings. During reproduction, the reproductive cells produce two copies of the DNA which separate into two cells. The DNA copies will be similar but not identical to each other. So the new individuals have slight variations from their parents. This is the basis for variations and evolutions of new species. Is that the DNA in the cell nucleus is the information center for making proteins. The first step in reproduction is replication of DNA followed by cell division. Variations happen during copying of DNA. These variations are the basis of evolution. Variations are useful for the survival of species over time. Now we talk about the importance of variations. DNA copy during reproduction is important for maintaining the body designs of different organisms to survive in the existing environment, but the environment is constantly changing due to changes in temperature, climate, water levels, etc. If organisms cannot adjust themselves to the changes in the environment, then their species will be extinct. If there are variations in some individual of a species, they may be able to survive the changes in the environment. So variations in species is necessary for the survival of different species and for the evolutions of new species. Now we talk about types of reproduction. There are two main types of reproduction in living organisms. They are asexual reproduction and sexual reproduction. Now we talk about asexual reproduction. Asexual reproduction is reproduction in which new individuals are produced from a single parent. Means when a single parent is involved in the formation of a new individual without the fusion of gametes, it is called asexual reproduction. It involves repeated meiotic divisions. Now we talk about sexual reproduction. What is sexual reproduction? Sexual reproduction is the reproduction in which two individuals are involved to produce a new individual. Asexual is of different types. They are fission, budding, regeneration, fragmentation, spore formation, vegetative propagation, etc. Now we talk about first of all fission. Fission is an asexual reproduction by which a unicellular organism divides and forms two or more individuals. Fission is of two types. They are binary fission and multiple fission. First we talk about binary fission. Binary fission. In this method, an organism divides and forms two individuals. First, the nucleus divides and forms two nuclei. Then the cytoplasm divides and forms two daughter cells. Example: amoeba, paramecium, etc. Means that when a single unicellular organism splits to form two new individuals, first by nuclear division and then by cytoplasmic division, it is called binary fission. The splitting of the cells can take place in an plane. It occurs during favorable conditions in unicellular organisms such as amoeba, paramecium, euglena, etc. In leishmania, binary fission occurs in definite orientation in relation to body structure. Now we talk about multiple fission. What is multiple fission? In this method, one organisms divide into many daughter cells. Example: Plasmodium malarial parasite. Multiple fission involves division of a single unicellular parent into a number of daughter organisms. The nucleus divides repeatedly. Each daughter nucleus moves to the periphery, get covered with cytoplasm to form many daughter individuals. It is a common mode of reproduction in Plasmodium, but when it invades the RBC of men, it occurs during unfavorable conditions. Now we talk about what is budding. In this method, a bud-like projection is formed on the body of the organism. The bud then develops into an individual. It then separates from the parent and forms an independent individual. Example: Hydra, yeast, etc. In Hydra, a bulge or projection appears as a result of repeated mitotic division on the lateral side of the parent's body. It grows on the parent body to resemble a small hydra. When the new hydra matures, a constriction as its base separates it from its parent. In yeast, a bud starts as a small outgrowth from the surface of the adult cell. As it enlarges, the nucleus of the adult cell divides, and then the bud gets pinched off but still remains attached to the parent cell. This is turned cell produces another bud as its tip, and the process continues 3-4 times in chain of yeast cells. Now we talk about regeneration. What is regeneration? In this method, a part of the body, if the organism is cut or broken, can develop into a new individual. Example: Hydra, planaria, starfish, etc. It is the ability of a fully differentiated organism to regenerate the whole body from their body parts. In planaria and Hydra, if the individual is cut or broken into many parts, a small piece is capable of regeneration of the entire individual. Regeneration is carried out by the specialized cells. These cells proliferate and undergo tissue organization in organized manner. Now we talk about fragmentation. What is fragmentation? In this method, the body of a simple multicellular organism breaks up into smaller pieces on maturation, and each fragment develops into new individual. Now, in simple multicellular organisms like Spirogyra, the body fragment breaks up into smaller pieces upon maturation. These pieces on fragments grow into new individual. Example: Spirogyra. Now we talk about spore formation. What is spore formation? In this method, structures called sporangia produce tiny cells called spores. When the spores come in contact with the moist surface, it develops into new individuals. Example: Rhizopus, Mucor, Penicillium, etc. Spore formation, it mostly occurs in fungi and bacteria. The spores develop on a structure called sporangium found on slender erect fungal hyphae. Within the sporangium, a nucleus divides several times, and each daughter nucleus gets surrounded by a bit of cytoplasm to form a spore. A spore is a small microscopic structure with a thick wall. It is light and airborne. The sporangium on maturing bursts to release the spores, which in favorable conditions germinates into an entirely new organism. Example: Rhizopus, Mucor, Penicillium, etc. Now we talk about vegetative propagation. What is vegetative propagation? It is a process by which a new plant can be obtained from vegetative plants parts such as root, stem, or leaf. In this method, new plants are produced from the vegetative parts like root, stem, or leaf. Example: from roots, dahlia, sweet potato; from stem, potato ginger; from leaf, bryophyllum, begonia. Plants produced by vegetative propagation produce flowers and fruits earlier than those produced from seeds. It also helps in the propagation of plants which do not produce seeds like rose, jasmine, banana, etc. Vegetative propagation can also be done artificially by cutting, layering, grafting. Thank you for watching.